Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Royal Instinct. Today we're going to be watching a video about Fight Club and why self improvement is self masturbation or mental masturbation.
That what a man looks like?
Self-improvement is masturbation. Now self-destruction.
Now, I'm someone who really around when I got to the age of 25, 26, I started, I started going to the gym, trying to improve my physique, get healthy. And I was really interested in doing handstand push-ups to get bigger shoulders. And I was Googling, how to do a handstand push-up. Came across a video by Brandon Carter. And, I started watching his workout videos. They were quite good. I think, they were quite straight to the point. And in also in his videos, he used to talk about reading books, and then I thought like, okay, like this sounds quite interesting. And then he recommended like I don't know, like 20 books or something, or his like, top 20 books, and I ordered like 10 of them. I said, right, I'll order 10 and I'll read them this year. And that was kind of my journey of self improvement, how I got into it, and then I started reading books. I was like, oh, this is great information, right? Oh, I can improve my life. So I really doubled down on improving myself. I then took on meditation, like really started optimize my diet, workouts, got into all that, right? Hoping that I would improve myself so much that I would be a completely different person. And I think a lot of people get into the self improvement space hoping to achieve an end goal of fixing their problems. And in reality, the only problem was that I didn't have enough money and I didn't have enough status, right? I didn't have enough fame or clout because what spurred me on to going on this self improvement journey was um, to get women, right? To date more attractive women, to find a girlfriend and settle down. And I was like, all right, if I get into good shape, I'll be physically attractive. If I read books, I'll be intellectually stimulating. I can be an interesting person, be able to have conversations. Um, but by going on this, having this idea of doing self improvement to improve yourself, like you're already setting the mind frame of that you're not good right now, and then by doing these things that you'll improve to be good. um and once you're on that treadmill, like it's a never ending journey because there's always more books to read, there's always more improvements to be made, there's always the journey's never ending. And that's why Tyler Durden famously said it's masturbation, because it's like, no, like you perform in the world, right? Or you take on the world from the person that you are right now. Okay. And you know you can't have the full map. Sometimes you have to go into the darkness. Sometimes you have to go and as Carl Jung said, you have to go and slay the dragon, right? Now you don't know where the dragon is, you don't know what the dragon looks like, but you're on this quest to save the village by killing the metaphorical dragon. And by going into the darkness, into the unknown, that's where you actually improve as a person, because you overcome fears that you have. You um, test yourself to a point where you end up doing things that you thought you were never capable of, right? And by going through um, into the darkness, right, where fear lies, right, where the unknown is, but going into the unknown is where you actually level up as a person. By reading about the unknown, you end up taking no action, and you can intellectually understand everything, but physically, like your amygdala doesn't have a clue um, that you are actually capable of it. So, hypothesizing or daydreaming about what you'll do in the future is just masturbation, because you don't achieve anything, right? You don't actually get to fuck. All you're doing is masturbating.
Yes, self-improvement is masturbation. Despite all of the YouTubers telling you that self-improvement will save your life. I'm sure that you consume self-improvement content, and I am also sure that you have a similar...
I mean, that's how anything is sold in the world, is by convincing you that you're not good enough and I have the product to save you. And you know, I for a long time was very confused in the world because I thought, you know, that I didn't fit in. I didn't understand how people walk around happy and how I felt inadequate. I didn't have, you know, when I was younger, I didn't have that guidance to be like, oh, actually, this is how things work. I kind of was just left to my own devices. And you know what, it took me a long time to realize this, like, how the world works, what actually is needed to succeed. And especially now that we live in a social media world, in the age of the internet, and where society is headed as a whole, like right now, you know, you to be anyone, you have to be an influential person. You have to show that you are someone of value, someone who has someone that can garner attention, because we live in an attention economy, right? So, and the best way to do it, the way I see it, is to become a subject matter expert and you know, train yourself to be an authority where people look up to you, and then learn to monetize it where you can make money as you're building your status, as you're building your wealth. You know, you're increasing your fame, and then people will look to you as an authority. They want to make business connections with you, social connections, and you know, women will be throwing themselves at you, you know, because you'll be seen as a king at that point, right? Like you'll be, you know, this is why, like, billionaires such as Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, you know, they're spending literally billions on their PR campaigns, right? Like him doing SpaceX, he doesn't give a fuck about space exploration. He cares about, you know, oh, I'm going to be the man who puts civilization on Mars. That's what he gives a shit about. You know, it's legacy, it's fame. So his children's and his children's children, his whole family, the Musk name will live on forever. You know, and we live in a period of time where AI and technology is going to take over. There's a small window of opportunity that you can get in and also build fame, because I think the elites are going to close that window. They're going to make sure, you know, they're going to tighten the algorithm so much that no new channels can ever explode on YouTube, on social media. You know, they're going to force feed you. AI is going to create 95% of content. You know, so you have to seize this opportunity where you can come in, build an audience for yourself, become famous, you know, alongside me, you know, and 99 other people that I'm working with. And you know, once we get 100 of us, you know, who are all becoming famous, all becoming kings, building their kingdoms, then you know, it's going to be us at the top, partying up, living it up, enjoying life, being the leaders and savior of the next phase of human civilization and humanity. And if this is something that's of interest to you, you know, hit me up and we can further discuss it.
story as me. You were at a low point of your life. You were too something. Too skinny, too anxious, too lonely, too degenerate, or too lazy. You decided to look for a solution to this particular problem, and
How can I get girls is that is the number one step for any man to get into self-improvement. Because it's a biological drive. Modern society here has failed the dating scene in that sense. You know, you can't go into a bar, club, and chat with girls anymore. You know, you'll probably get me too'd if you was to try that. If you you know, if you send a DM on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, on social media, you'll probably the girl will look at it and laugh, because you know, as you're messaging the girl, there's another like 30 guys doing it in the same 5-minute span. And then she just looks at them, just laughs, being, oh, what losers. And then all of a sudden the blue tick athlete comes along and she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give him some pussy. Yeah, you can't compete against fame, right? Fame is the most addictive drug. You know, power is the most potent aphrodisiac, as Henry Kissinger said. and we also live in a time where there's not going to be a revolution, right? There's not going to be some uprising, right? It's you're going to have to either join them or wank yourself off crying.
You found, mostly by chance, about self-improvement. You got too tired of being lazy and got hands down to learn absolutely everything you could. You wanted to improve your physique, your mental health, your social skills, your relationship, and your finances, all at once. A new world where everything could be perfect if you did your habits enough times and worked.
The real people who are getting all the pussy and getting all the money, they've got like maybe 3, 4, 5 habits, right, that they stick to continuously. A way to make money, they've got some income, and they're just living off that, right? Like having to, if you're doing like fucking 20, 30 things to improve your life, you're gonna fail. You don't. A human doesn't have that much attention. Doesn't have that much energy or focus to do all those things. You're better off just focusing on a handful of things. And in my opinion, the thing to focus on in the times that we're living right now is building your fame. Okay. If you have a hobby, if you have something that you're interested in, something that you're passionate about, start documenting that online, right? Build a YouTube channel, right? And post your learnings as you go along. And that way people become interested in getting your perspective. And as time goes on, as you learn more, you end up becoming a subject matter expert. And then once you're a subject matter expert, right, you then are seen as a point of authority, right? And once you're seen as a point of authority, it's like now you're an important person. Now you're someone who can command respect, someone who can command fame, attention, and then you're living as an elite, then you're living as a king, and then then you can do all the fucking meditation you want. Then you can do all the carnivore diet, where the fuck, cold showers, do all that after. But you have to be at the top, right? Having access to resources, making money, having a great sex life. Until you get to that point, like all the other shit is just retardation or mental masturbation.
Your ass off. It's exhilarating, right? After a few months of meditating, exercising, and reading every book you
A few months of that and still nothing's improved.
could, you gained confidence. You were unbeatable.
Like even like I've been reading self-improvement books or just books in general, trying to self-improve for many years. Like I recently had the experience where I got to a point I was just like, do you know what, like even if I was to pick up another self-improvement book, it's like what it's going to say, right? Like there's only so many books that you can read, and and you find something unique. Like after a while you see a repetitive pattern forming, and like even like I had a friend suggest a book to me like over Christmas. I looked at it and I was just like, I don't have the energy to read this, right? Not because it's just not going to be anything of interest. It's not going to actually improve my life. Like you're going to read it, you're going to get the dopamine spikes thinking, oh, this is interesting. But then eventually after you put down the book, it's like, it's not, it's in one ear out the other, right? You're just going to forget about it. And I actually felt sick. Like I picked up a book, right, and I felt sick. I was like, I can't read this. And it's like, because after a while you become so full of self-improvement information, right, doing all these habits, that unless you're executing this on actually advancing your life, you're literally, your body's full, and you need to test out these theories in real time, in real life, to make progress. So if you're not going up against it, if you're not testing yourself, if you're not going into into the darkness to test yourself out, right, if beyond your comfort zone, you're always going to be stuck. You're never going to improve. You're never going to feel like you're advancing in life. And that's where people then turn around and give up on themselves, because they figure, I've tried all this self-improvement, but I've actually not improved. So go into the unknown with something where it's worthwhile, like becoming a subject matter expert, because you'll learn, you'll actually be improving your knowledge, and you'll be building an audience, and the feedback that you get from making content, right? Like that's the self-improvement, because you're getting actual feedback. Like, oh, okay, people like when I do this sort of stuff. People are interested in my opinion on this subject. That's when you actually level up as a person. Reading books and just like, doing cold showers is going to do fuck all for you.
Decided to go out of your house to show everyone your new self, and you see that no one noticed. Your friends are the same, girls are ignoring you as always, and you become frustrated because no one is seeing all of the knowledge you have.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous place to be. It's like even for myself, it's like, like I do Muay Thai. I've been doing it for over a year, and I thought like oh, once I do some martial art, like I will feel some increase in my self-esteem, some increase in confidence, and you're still the same person, but now you've got this added skill, and it's like you can be you feel pleased about it. Oh, I'm glad I've done it, but it doesn't. The reason why you got into it is to make this leap of self-improvement. That never comes, right? What you have to do is you have to go into the darkness and test yourself, right? Like, for example, I give you with Muay Thai, for example, I can do all the Muay Thai lessons I want. I can do all the sparring sessions I can, but until I get into the ring and fight, like, you're never testing your capabilities at that point, right? So, if you're intellectually, if you want to self-improve, you're gonna have to test that in intelligence, that you're all this information that you're getting. If you're if you're building muscle in the gym, to attract women, but you never approach a woman, it's like you're never testing yourself, right? However, the games of life are changing really quickly. Like, we're all going to be plugged into the metaverse soon. You're going to own nothing, right? And they say you'd be happy, but you'd probably be depressed. Your best off, right, is your best chance at happiness is if you become an elite, rise to the top, and build a kingdom. Like, that's the only way you can save yourself. If you become an elite yourself, and then the people who follow this, the people who I work with, they tend to be good people with good values. They don't want to harm mankind, don't want to further advance it, and those are the types of people that should be the next leaders of the next generation. And if you're watching this, and like I said, if you're interested, and then hit me up, and we can work together.
Have now. Nobody is seeing how high value top 1% you became. So you go to your house to search for the answers you were missing and try to find more knowledge, more secrets, more and more, on a desperate look to finally be complete. But still, little.
And that's what most people are searching for, this thing that will complete them, but it will never come from self-improvement. It's great to have those habits, but you'll never be complete. You have to go in as you are and fight the metaphorical dragon.
No improvement. You're just the same, with some knowledge that's pushing you to do more and learn more every single minute. All of these fake gurus are insisting you on to buy their new program, which apparently has the things that the one before doesn't, and installing the belief that you'll always need more knowledge, more work, more secrets, and
yeah, that's the thing. If you go into these rabbit holes, you the knowledge that they give you is never ending, right? Like, those people don't want you to actually succeed. They want you to be on the treadmill forever, like buying the products. You're best off to work on building your own fame, where you can genuinely help people, right? And the thing is, if you give people the straight up advice, right, people will be like worried, oh, like, they'll never buy from me again at that point. It's like, no, they'll be so thankful that you didn't fuck them over, that they'll be loyal to you forever. So that's why become subject matter expert, find the best solutions, to the problems that are of interest to you, and you know you'll be the point of authority because you give the best results at that stage. So again, in today's society, you have to build fame, and the best way to do it is by being a subject matter expert.
In Fight Club, a new piece of furniture. There is always a new business model, a new workout program, a new book, or a new course that you must get to evolve to the next level. They are insisting you to get way more, while in reality, to actually improve, you need way less.
And he's right. What he means by way less is what I hope he means is what the way I interpret it is, you know, what stops you from taking action, from doing the thing that you want to do. It's your brain coming up with different fake obstacles, different scenarios where you fail, different consequences. There comes a point in time where, you know, the real warriors, the real leaders, you know, you have to say fuck you to the consequences. And, you know, a real man goes into battle and there's a chance he might die. You know, there's a chance that, you know, as you go swing, right? You've probably seen it in like, if you watch Game of Thrones, for example, at the Battle of the Bastards, Jon Snow's got a sword and a shield with him. Now, to get the best swing with the sword, you have to throw the shield down. So then you double down on your attack by letting go of your defense. So you throw your sword away. You throw your shield away, and you put both hands, right, on the sword, and you swing, right, hoping to kill your enemy. If you was trying to swing the sword and have the shield in your hand, you know, you only have half the strength, you have half the momentum, but two hands, you can really, you know, hit through and slice through your opponent, right, injuring them, killing them. And you know, if you want to be successful in life, right, like obviously you're not going to go into fucking battle, you know, unless you live in a fucking war zone. You know, I feel sad for you. But unless you know, whatever challenge you have, if it's a business challenge, if it's a personal challenge, it's like there comes a point, it's like, yeah, I might fail at this, but I'm going to have to go through it anyway. And the mentality you should have is like, is that you're testing yourself and you're trying this, you know, you're failing your way to success. And if you don't succeed this time, you know, the mindset is like, okay, I learned, you know, how to improve next time. This is what I did wrong, and this is how I'm going to be better next time. And if you have that mind frame, you're going to get to your end goal, you know, unless you are in an actual war zone and get blown up. But you know, this mindset of worrying about consequences is going to always hold you back. So you're going to have to go and slay the dragon. You're going to have to fight him and deal with whatever consequences come of it. And normally it's just growth that you get out of it.
Stripe patterns. I say never be complete. I say stop being perfect. I say let's evolve.
Yeah, if you're always waiting to be perfect, your life's going to go by. You know, life is you know, like I feel like yesterday, you know, I was 20 years old, and today I'm, you know, in my mid-30s. You know, it's gone by so quick, and you know, the next 15-20 years is going to go by like that as well. Okay. And you know, no more waiting. Like, who the fuck wants to wait? If you're in your 20s now, right, like just live, you know, fail your way forward, you know, fail, you know, try, fail, right, reevaluate, keep trying, and eventually you'll get there. Do you get what I mean? Like the start is very slow, but then, you know, once you get going, you become unstoppable.
Chips fall where they may.
Needing way less is what Tyler Durden calls self-destruction. When we embarked on this self-improvement journey, we built our new selves atop old, infected roots. Fight Club reveals destruction in every form. shattering glass, tearing down walls, and confronting strangers, all reflections of an internal struggle. Yet, self-destruction isn't solely about physical pain, it's about the mental battle of shedding old skins, old beliefs, old wants. The narrator is left completely zeroed out. His apartment exploded, he's living in a shithole, and he's getting beaten up a couple of times a week.
The thing is, one thing about Fight Club is it glamorizes that whole side. It's like, yeah, like fuck it, like I'm gonna just, you know, not give a shit, let the chips fall where they may. Like in real life, that doesn't really happen. It's like, you know, you still have to go on, you know, into old age. You have to fight, you have to build something for your future. But you know, the thing is, if you're just doing what society tells you to do, how they are expecting you to live, you will end up getting zeroed out anyway, right? You don't have to be drastic. It's like you just look around, like how shit people's lives are, and the only thing left to do is, as we're moving from, you know, this reality into virtual reality into the metaverse, where the elites are squeezing you dry, you know, they're going to force feed you bugs, you know, take whatever medication they tell you, or they take away your rights, take away your money via CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. You know, you're losing your freedoms in essence. The only way to protect yourself is, you know, if you also become an elite, if you become someone who's famous, someone that's a point of authority, where you have adoring fans that will protect you, where, you know, if someone wants to fuck with you, you can just go onto your platform and be like, hey guys, look, this is what the fuck's happening to me. Don't, you know, watch out. Like, you'll be able to help and protect people, right? You'll be the leader. People will come to you for guidance, and you can be a, you know, a historical figure in sense of that you help protect people and guide them to a better future, a better tomorrow for future generations. You know, if that's something that sounds of interest to you, you know, I encourage you to build your kingdom alongside me and my friends of other kings. You know, we are forming the new elites of the world, where, you know, everyone wants to party with us and everyone wants to throw money at us, give us business opportunities. They want to be in business with us because literally, like, we're the coolest people around. Like, so fuck everyone else.
Tyler is pushing him to question every single belief he has. Did he truly need all that furniture? What did he know about himself if he hadn't got into a fight? What's the point of being a slave of the system?
Again, yeah. So the point is, it's like you have to test yourself. It's like who, like, you know, like that's what character is. It's like you test yourself against adversity, and you come out the other side. Even if you lose, you come out the other side with scars. You come out the other side with lessons that you've learned. You know, maybe you didn't prepare as well. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you did need to read that one book, right? But now you actually have a reason to read it because you realize, oh, okay, right? Like there's hundreds and thousands of books people have read that were never put into action, right? People will say, read that fucking book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? I guarantee you've never met a single person who's actually implemented any of the fucking ideas in that book. They all say it, read that book. It's like, you know, it's fucking bullshit. Like, go out there and just talk to people. And, you know, once you talk to 100 people, you've got a set of data that you can, you know, analyze and be like, oh, actually, when I've done this has led to a good outcome. When I do this leads to a bad outcome. You know, you have to be scientific about it. You know, but if you stick to something that you're passionate about, you know, you'll be able to work hard at it, not procrastinate, and you're guaranteed to rise to the top in that case. Because remember, you're also competing against AI, and AI can outwork you. It can work in your sleep. It can work without pay. It can work within sick. It doesn't get cold. It doesn't, you know, doesn't get too hot. It just works.
The system has always told you that the answers were out there, in the education system, in jobs, in...
People have figured out that the answers aren't out there. People have figured out that they've been lied to. And, you know, there's a race to the top, and only a small amount of people are going to make it. And I hope it's you.
Courses and toxic self-improvers amplify this belief by telling you that you shouldn't trust your brain and that you should look for every single answer in their...
No, you have to trust your own brain. You have to trust your own experience. Fuck what anyone else says. Like you sometimes you have to just go in into the darkness and make your own path. Because who knows what solutions you will come up with, right? You can obviously have some sort of guidance, be like, oh, if this was to happen, do this when this happens, and help guide you. But then at some stages, that you have to just trust yourself and just be like, right, like when Batman in the third film, Dark Knight Rises, when he has to jump out the prison, he has to let go of the rope to jump, because that safety net is always going to hold you back.
Videos. They're pushing you to look outwards and continue building over shitty roots so you can never change. They told you, do uncomfortable things like cold exposure or quitting soda.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, whatever your goal is in life, whatever your dream is, if you're fucking doing uncomfortable things that aren't actually getting you direct to your outcome, you're just wasting time. You're literally just masturbating. Like I said, there's a short moment in time that we have left where you can utilize social media. You can utilize all these AI tools that haven't, overtaken us yet. They very quickly will, to your advantage. If you're someone who wants to be famous, be an authority, be a subject matter expert, build a life that they're proud of, have self-esteem, be a king, then I suggest you build a kingdom alongside me and my friends. Look at your friends. Like, can you even trust them? Right? If shit got tough, like, could you trust them? It's like, no. When shit gets tough, you want other kings around you, right? You want the elites around you. You want to be an elite yourself. And if that's something that's of interest to you, go to royalinstinct.com, join the mentorship, and then we can figure out what the best path for you is. Until then, I think that's enough for today. I've been Royal Instinct. Take care. Peace.